live time. And let's see who we get here. Excuse the headphones and microphone. Trying to drown out sound around me that gets in the way of these chats. Anthony, hello. Pauline Angel, good morning. Good morning. Boy, people just pop right on here. So, how's everybody doing out there? The current coronavirus shutdown, lockdown, quarantine. How are things in my neck of the woods? Well, it's tense around here, like anybody else. Hi, Alan. Good to see you here. Caught up with a couple of your videos recently. I liked seeing the one with Al Lewis, Grandpa from the Munsters, and as I wrote in your comments, I got to meet Al Lewis a couple of times at his restaurant. We call Grandpa's with an M. Grandpa's. Grampas. And he was a nice guy. I got a picture with him together, two of us, and also another time I got a photo signed. I met him about three times at least in the restaurant. We used to hang out at the restaurant, which was really pretty cool. The Talk More Talk live panel. There's something I really don't understand it, Anthony. There's something going on that's going to be a virtual reality or something. There's supposed to be some kind of thing Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be like the Fest for Beatles fans virtual reality or live on camera or something like that. And I'm supposed to tentatively be involved in a Talk More Talk panel discussion live, but I don't know how that's going to work out. I really don't know the details of it. We're still working it out. We're supposed to use Zoom. Some people using the Zoom uh, routine. So that's the most I know. Okay, still trying to get things settled here, folks. Just give me a moment here. Okay, so things are getting real here in my area. So far, 25 cases in my area, 7 deaths. It's incredible. It's crazy times. What are you going to say? I mean, sometimes I think, oh, this is going to blow over. It's going to be fine. Eventually, of course. We think we all believe that. Other times I say, what if it's not? What if this goes on the entire year of 2020 and into 2021 and two? I don't know. It's science fiction film time. We might be talking a little bit about there's a drug. You might know about it, hydrochloroquine, hydroxy hydroxychloroquine, I think it's called, and it's doing well. Everybody that has tried it has pretty much gotten totally better rather quickly, and this is a drug that's been around for at least 50 years or something like that, maybe more, to treat malaria. And I'm hopeful about that. At least, if you get it, there is a drug that apparently can wipe it out. So And I don't know if anybody heard the news that some idiot out there heard the term chloroquine, and he went out and he bought chloroquine phosphate or something like that, which is a chemical that's used to clean fish tank aquariums. And he took that by accident. He took that thinking it was hydroxychloroquine, the medicine. He took a fish tank cleaner and died like an idiot. Just because it sounded the same, the name was similar. Something like that. Yeah, Alan, this morning what I did was I'm off from work today. I'm still working. So this morning I was able to spend some time because I'm off today catching up on some videos, but there were so many videos to catch up on. And I'll get to your K-Tel and Ronco albums one. But see, I'm watching everybody. I watched a little bit of Fit to be Tie-Dyed. I watched a little, I think it was Beetle Brad. I watched Ed of the King's Court. I watched a little bit of I watched a couple of your videos. Just harder and harder to get to everything. And actually, a lot of people right now are off all the time because they're on lockdown. But I'm not off all the time. I have to work. I just have some time off here and there, which I'm glad I'm working. Don't get me wrong at this time. But it doesn't leave me for much time. Now I know I want to make at least one video today myself, maybe two videos. Want to watch a couple more of your videos out there, and it's just a lot of stuff to do in a short period of time. Can't do it all. Frustrated. There's not enough time. Press to play show. Yeah, Anthony, I'm glad you like the Press to Play show. Kid O'Toole, for those who haven't seen it, on Talk More Talk, was past Monday. We did the show about Press to Play, the album by Paul, and the thing was live, and now Kid O'Toole is trying to upload it here, but it takes a long time to upload. She's been uploading it all night, overnight. It hasn't uploaded yet here on YouTube, so hopefully you'll watch it. When the time comes, I hope some of you will give it a watch. So, it's early in the morning here. It's 8 a.m. Eastern time. And a lot of times I like to come on early. I come on all different times, early, mid-afternoon, evening. And I think what that does is it gives a lot of people time to tune in, maybe from England, because a lot of people, of course, the clocks are different. They're ahead, they're back, they're all kinds of different times. And by going on and doing chats at different times, that helps people, you know, uh, tune in and be able to catch it. So I get a lot of people usually from England if I'm on this early because it may be 8 a.m. here where I am, but where England is, it's noon. So that helps. We don't have many people here right now, only 9 people by my count. It's to be expected. It's early, but you never know. A lot of people are home, so as they discover that I'm on, maybe they'll come on here. I'm not really sure. It depends how it goes, but right now I'm of the thinking I'm going to leave this particular chat as a video. It's going to stay. I don't usually leave live chats as videos, but some people have asked me to do that. Occasionally I will. Um, okay, have a good sleep. Paulina Angel has not been to sleep yet, so take a little nappy. Um, it depends how this chat goes, whether or not it's worth keeping up or not. So, lots to do yet today. Time goes fast, days go quickly. The people that came here, I'd like to also know, did you get an alert that I was on live, or did you just stumble upon the channel? Because a lot of times that will dictate whether or not there are going to be more people coming. If it's just by chance, people just coming random, we just happen to luck into that I'm on. Mason, hello, good morning. Yeah, the thing is, you talk about Pretty Little Head, the song from Press to Play. I honest with you, as much as I know about the Beatles, as much as I love the solo Beatles, uh, there's some things that I say slip through the cracks. There are not the things I miss. I don't know every little thing, but I know most of the solo stuff. Anyway, my point is, like Pretty Little Head, people are talking about album version versus single version versus 12-inch version. I'm not really that familiar with those, and probably because Press to Play is not an album I like at all. I hope people will remember to go over and check on YouTube the Talk More Talk channel, where eventually, it's not up yet, but anytime now, the Press to Play discussion that we did will be on there. So I hope you'll check that out. All right. So what's the good word? We could use a good word these days. Yeah, definitely think I'm going to have to track down the single versions of a lot of these songs and get familiarized with them as opposed to the album versions. I mean, Pretty Little Head, the song itself, I enjoy it because to me it sounds like an 80s tour de force. It's like him trying to sound like Depeche Mode or Dead or Alive or something like that from the 80s. So because of that, I'm very interested in hearing it. I like the sound effects, the 80s vibe to it. It's not the kind of song that I would just play all the time. I wouldn't just say, "Oh, let me put this on today. I feel like hearing it." Anthony, I did not get the Red Rose Speedway box yet. It's still been way too expensive. And yeah, that's pretty much the reason. It's the only one that I'm missing, though. I'm very happy that I was able to get other, archive editions because I had been falling behind, and to finally catch up and get other ones, like Venus and Mars, Speed of Sound, uh, Rock Show, uh, Wings Over America. Flowers in the Dirt. I really made a killing just before the coronavirus. So, yeah, we need a little positivity. I try to be realistic, as I say. It's not all gloom and doom, but it's not all happy-go-lucky either. I mean, positivity is a good thing. I'm sorry, I have early morning. I have allergies. I say this a lot. I have early morning throat stuff, dry throat, gunk. Sorry to be so explicit. So I'm hoping that the number of viewers goes up, mostly because I would like to leave this as a video if it stays interesting enough. If it's not, uh, so be it. Okay, what else is going on? The Fest for Beatles fans was going to be tomorrow, originally Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and as you know, it was postponed. In a way, I guess I'm glad in a way because the weather report is pretty horrendous around here. So the Fest for Beatles fans, had it really gone on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, March 27, 28, 29, probably would have been rainy looking, rained out, miserable. It's supposed to be a lot of rain, and I like nice weather. Today's a beautiful sunny day. Got the window open over here. It's nice, but anyway, they rescheduled the Fest for Beatles fans for October 9, which is John's would have been John's 80th birthday. So that's pretty cool. The 9th, 10th, and 11th. And let's pray and hope that this coronavirus nonsense is gone. Okay. To celebrate the 50th anniversary, Let It Be, I played the original album last night on vinyl. It never sounded so good, to be honest. Well, that's good. That's good. Like to hear that. What was the first McCartney album which came out while you were a fan? Great question. Um, well, there's two ways of looking at that, Anthony. One of them is which McCartney album came out while I was a fan, even though I wasn't really interested yet. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to say. I became a hardcore fan around 75, 76. So it could be Venus and Mars, or definitely Speed of Sound came out. Speed of Sound. I want to say Speed of Sound. Wings at the Speed of Sound was the first one that came out. You know, silly love songs, let them in. They were big hits, you know, on the radio and everything, and I liked those songs. But I didn't buy the album. The first album I remember getting by Paul might be London Town, and I say that because I was a teenager at the time, and I used to go to the Jersey Shore, and the Jersey Shore used to be a great summer getaway. We used to have bungalows. You know, you rent a bungalow, and the family would be there, all the aunts, the uncles, the cousins. Such better times than now, folks. But anyway, and we'd all be going on the rides, and they'd have a boardwalk set up where they would have games, you know, and spinning wheel, you know, spin the wheel, put your quarter down, and win a prize. And I won the spinning wheel, and London Town was up there on the top as one of the things to pick. Also, the best of George Harrison. I remember I got the best of George Harrison and London Town. I won a couple of times, and also Sweet Apple Tracks, a bootleg with the Beatles, was also hanging up. So over the course of a week or two, whenever we, you know, the summer getaway at the Jersey Shore, um, those are the albums. So I could answer it three ways. Probably Wings at the Speed of Sound was the first album that was. Venus and Mars or Speed of Sound were probably the first albums that were out while I was a fan. The first one I ever got myself was London Town, which was on the, you know, I won that. Now, the third thing is which album was the first album that I ever purchased with my own money? I went to the store with the specific purpose of going to pick up a new Paul album, and that would be Back to the Egg. Back to the Egg was the first album. You know, Paul's got a new album. I'm going to go out as a fan and buy it new. So that's really London Town has never been a favorite of mine. There's a few songs on there I really enjoy, but to me, I always call London Town middle of the road. You know, you have uh, the best album is here, the worst albums down there, and middle of the road albums in the middle. So to me, I call London Town a middle of the road album. Joe Morgan, hello, how you doing? Yeah, hope you're hanging in there like everybody else. What is going on? How you faring in this time of life, this time of the world? Pretty rough, pretty rough. I also like that we can do these chats. I mean, a lot of people are quarantined. You know, I'm not one of them. As I say, I'm still working. Happy to be so. Back to the Egg is one of my favorite albums by Paul. And an interesting thing is, I had a discussion with one of my Talk More Talk co-hosts, and the subject is, as usual, you know, do you look at a difference between Paul McCartney solo, so to speak, or Wings? Are there two different things? Is Wings separate from Paul solo? I guess they are technically, in the technicality, sure, I get the difference. But to me, when I'm putting the albums together, when I have them over here on my, you know, on my shelves, I basically look at it as it's all solo Paul. Whether he's playing with Denny Lane, whether he's playing with Abe and Rusty, whether he's playing with Joe English, whether he's playing with Linda, Paul and Linda, just the two of them. What, Paul, Linda, and Denny, just the three. Whatever it is, it's Paul McCartney solo albums. Good morning, Ed of the King's Court. I just want to say, Ed of the King's Court, I'm sorry I missed your live chat the other day. I had to work today. I'm off, but I did watch a lot of it back, and I was bouncing around a little bit because it was 90 minutes, and I still haven't finished it. I watched the first hour. I kind of bounced around the playback. I would have liked to have been there. Sorry I couldn't be. Um, and yeah, it was weird that Elvis the other day on March 24th was kind of the date where Elvis is now. What was on the 24th? He was dead as long as he was alive. And now, as we speak here, today's date is March 26th of 2020. And on March 26th, 2020, Elvis is now dead longer than he's been alive. It's creepy, but it is what it is. Um, Old Siam Sir is one of, if not the best off Back to the Egg. Thumbs aloft. Definitely agree with that. Old Siam Sir is a fantastic rocker. Um, during the press to play video that we did to Talk More Talk Show, I brought up the point that if you like a song, a rock song, say, that has terrible lyrics, nonsensical lyrics, uh, if you're liking the song, you don't care. The lyrics are cool even if they don't make any sense. That's a great thing, a great example with Old Siam Sir. I love Old Siam Sir. Terrific rocker. Paul screams it out. Great song. However, the lyrics make no sense, and I'm okay with it because I like the song. Now, if you don't like the song, if you're not enjoying the sound of it, you think it's a terrible song, you'll say the lyrics don't even make any sense. You see, that's how it goes. If you're liking the song, even if the lyrics don't make any sense, it's okay. So, Ed, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but I still am hoping that we can do an Elvis movie review, at least one, together. And I'm sure we can do that at some time. We have to wait a while till this damn coronavirus thing is over, I guess. But I think you suggested maybe there's one we can do, maybe clam bake or something fun like that. Uh, Together, we'll do like a Siskel and Ebert kind of thing. I would like to do that. I still have to, my Elvis movie reviews has stalled, but I'll get back to it. You know, lots of Van Halen songs are nonsensical. Ed says, okay, lyrically nonsensical. Yeah. Yeah, the Wildlife Super Deluxe Joe Morgan. Yeah, I have that. I still haven't really delved into it. I have these. I haven't played them. There's so much to do, Like I say, today I have a day off. I want to watch some of your videos out there, catch up with some of your videos that I haven't watched. I need to make at least one, maybe two of my own videos because I'm not having the time, because I'm working. Um, and there's other things to do. It's just so hard to play records, watch movies, do it all. We can do it coughing on each other. Ed says, yeah. I don't know about that. I know you're kidding, but before you say I'm only kidding, yeah, I know you're only kidding. You know, uh, where would you class Red Rose Speedway album on the spectrum? Middle of the road? No, on the bottom. I'm not a fan of Red Rose Speedway. Now, in all fairness, I was given a gift. Somebody actually bought me that new vinyl album that came out, the extra album, the double album, whatever it was. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. I'd like to know if it improves for me if I listen to the whole thing. I haven't heard that extra album, whatever it was called. I forgot. But no, Red Rose Speedway. I mean, I've never really liked that album much. Although, of course, there are a few songs I do like off it. For me, it's a bottom tier. It's not a middle or an upper. Okay. She is. I wasn't able to find Poland spring water, which is my brand of spring water. Um, so this is Poland Spring. Still Poland Spring. If you're interested, everybody's fascinated about this, but my point is, I had to buy Deer Park water. People say it's all the same thing anyway. It all comes from the tap. I don't agree. You know, because I could taste the difference now, spring water versus tap water. So Joe Morgan says he had booked a long weekend in Liverpool to do a Beatles tour and all, but it was all booked, had to cancel. It was all booked and you had to cancel it. Yeah, it's terrible, terrible. All I can say, my friend, is I really hope that this is a temporary thing. That's all I could say. Okay, Wings 71-73 period wildlife through the university tour is very interesting and fascinating to Anthony. Oh, don't get me wrong. In retrospect, I always say I can understand why at the time, I was too young to know, but at the time, Paul, people were wondering what the hell happened to Paul. Here's this guy writing Long and Winding Road, Let It Be, and all this great stuff, and then he suddenly does doodly stuff like McCartney, Ram, and Wildlife, and all of this. Nowadays, I think you look at that stuff and you think, that's really creative. It's outside the box. It's not typical pop fluff. He's trying different stuff experimentally. So I like that a lot now, that stuff. I see that Alan C. Records prefers Deer Park water. Well, enjoy what you enjoy. It's all good. Hi to, I'm going to say Martin Norris, right? Can I call you Martin Norris backwards? Um, at least it's not battery acid anymore. Absolutely. I haven't had any soda since February. You know, there's other stuff I also need to cut down on. But what's been happening to me, I think I've heard has been happening to some of you out there, because we're on like this crazy stress. All the stress is going on now. We're on lockdown and all that. It's kind of a matter of like I'm just letting myself go a little. I'm saying, who cares? And I'm, trying to find comfort in that other stuff, and it's not really the best way to go. I mean, I'm still exercise. I'm getting exercise and cardio, but I'm not really doing the best I could nutritionally, right now. So, and what else can we talk about? This is getting good. So I've got the radio on down here low, and you can't really hear it, I don't think, in the background. Listening to AM radio talk shows, you can go out of your mind listening to a lot of that stuff. I like to be informed. I like to know what's going on, the updates with virus and all that, but you need a break, And one of the good thing at this particular time is, we can all come here, and this is, I don't say a lot of good things about this world today very often, but one of the good things we have is this: we can do this. We can come here and we can talk. Nobody has to be alone. Nobody has to feel like they don't have friends. Nobody has to feel like they have nobody to talk to. And especially now where we can't meet in person, we have to talk. Well, you know, talking heads on TV. At least we can do that now. I think that helps everybody. Um, I know I watch a lot of TV talk shows and things and news and whatnot these days, and when I watch it, nobody's in the studio together anymore. Everybody's got their own little block, from home, and they're all wearing the microphones and the headgear, and I'm like, wow, is this where we're headed? How is my local record shop doing? Bazooka Joe's record shop? Well, as far as I know, they're not open. As far as I know, I've been keeping contact by text, and apparently they're still closed. And I think that's a good thing right now. Yeah, keep our sanity through, you know, online chatting, and I think that's true. I think that's the best we can do right now. Um, so let's keep it going. Yeah, the whole thing with Don, I really don't know. I don't know. And I should mention, though, I recently did a video. Martin, it says here Cyron Nitram, which is basically, if you look at the person, it's Martin Norris backwards, I believe. He's here. He was nice enough to contribute $40. He sent it to the store for Don. You know, you can do that if you want. You can, if you ever want to give a contribution to Don, send it to my record store. I don't know, you know, at this point, I don't know if they're not open, but anyway, so Martin Norris sent him $40, and he mentioned in the letter he wasn't. It wasn't a demand. It wasn't a stipulation. He said something like, "I would love to see a version of two of us sung by me and Don duet." So we decided to do that, and I put the video up of Don and I badly singing together, but it's supposed to be funny. But the reason I brought this whole thing up was I just wanted to tell you that it was recorded just before the lockdown. I mean, I think it was early March. You know, I mean, we still had the coronavirus, but it wasn't. Everybody wasn't told to keep social distancing here just yet. So that was a lot of these times I put things up pre-recorded. I just put a rant video up with me ranting about, oh, you're gonna have a heart attack, stop ranting, and that kind of thing. You know, relax. I actually did that video. Geez, I think early February before the coronavirus even. I don't think they were even talking about it much yet. Anyway, do you think the archive series may end shortly after Flaming Pie or after Back to the Egg? No, I don't. There's no indication one way or the other, Anthony. It doesn't. They're not saying whether they're going to stop or they're going to continue, but it looks like they're continuing fine. Well, you know, Flaming Pie was said to come out July 24th. We're supposed to get Flaming Pie. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, with this virus situation, I don't know if that's going to still be on or they're going to change their minds and withdraw it or what. But there's no indication that they're going to stop. And Back to the Egg in London Town is supposed to be after that, from what I'm hearing. It's not official. It's in through the the Beatle grapevine. You know, people in the know and stuff. Um, so let's hope that everything goes normally. And there's some videos I want to buy, two DVDs, Blu-rays, I should say, that are supposed to be coming out. But these Blu-rays, movies, not Beatles related. I'm talking about horror movie related and stuff. Are they're on hold also? They were going to come out in March, and now they've moved to summer. So okay, what's your favorite view of the guitar riff? What's your view? I'm sorry, of the guitar riff on Paul's "Let Me Roll" and Beef Jerky. Who copied who? I never really noticed it. I really never did. I think I've heard people say that, because I'm not very good. Yeah, I'm not good at all, technically with music, so I can't tell you those kind of things. However, I have ears, and if something sounds similar, I could tell it sounds similar. But I never really thought that beef jerky sounds like "Let Me Roll It," to tell you the truth. So, or vice versa. I don't really see it. I'm doing it in my head now, I'm playing them in my head, and I don't really hear anything about it. Um, so where are all my people from England? I thought going on early here today in the States would ensure that I would get some people from England on here. I'm sure Visible Ray's out there. Right now he's blocked, but you know, um, I would love to have Ray on here if we could just talk like this and like we're doing today. It's not a matter of. I just want things in order, orderly. That's all. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were in England, Martin. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to remember where everybody is. It's hard. So, what time is it in England? Is it like 12:30, half past 12 there, or roughly? Or because it's usually 5 hour difference, but somebody told me the other day it was 4 hour difference now. So what do I know? You know. Yeah. So okay, it's a 4 hour difference. Yeah. So let's talk a little about. I'm filling a little time while I'm waiting. Record Store Day, was supposed to happen April 18th. It's been changed. It's moved to June sometime. I forget the date exactly. Uh, but there's supposed to be some stuff coming out for Record Store Day. John Lennon, a new 7-inch single, Instant Karma, that's supposed to have a different mix, supposed to sound a little different. Let's hear what that is. And also, I believe a McCartney picture disc, if I'm not mistaken. The first album, McCartney, the 50th anniversary celebration, June 20th. Alan just said is June 20th is the Record Store Day date. And I just want to see by my calendar if I happen to be off that day by any stretch of the imagination. No, of course not. So, um, so there's also I don't know if anybody noticed from England, I believe, there's a book, John Lennon Plastic Ono Band book coming out to celebrate the 50th anniversary of that album. Sorry, folks, Um, and I'm hoping the story is, the rumor is that we're going to be getting a 50th anniversary deluxe package CD of John Lennon Plastic Ono Band. And let's hope so. And also, I think it's pretty confirmed that we're getting a 50th anniversary All Things Must Pass from George. So, like I said, going into 2020, I really was looking forward to this year. I made a rant video. If you want to go back several videos to the beginning of the year and look at it, I did a 2020 rant, but I wasn't ranting too much. I was ranting more because people were calling it the Roaring Twenties, and I said, the Roaring Twenties, that was 1920s. I said, get your own title, like let's try to be original, and that's what that video was about. But I also thought I was pretty optimistic. I said, okay, in my view, I said the 1990s mostly sucked. The 2000s sucked. The 2010s were even worse and sucked. I said, but I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic about the 2020s. It's a whole new start. I have a feeling it's going to be good. All things considered, let's wipe the slate clean and start. What happens? Global pandemic. I mean, and that's something nobody could have guessed. I mean, I mean, it's one thing to have to worry about having lousy movies, lousy TV shows, lousy music, uh, people divided politically and fighting politically all the time. um, you know, a lot of entitled young people who think everything should be handed to them on a silver platter. Not all of you out there, just the ones who are. Uh, shootings every other day in schools, public gatherings, movie theaters, malls, blah 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 blah. And I said, what could nothing? How worse could it get? Well, the only thing left was apocalyptic pandemic. It's the only thing that was left. The only thing that was left. I'm laughing out of insanity, not out of glee. I mean, it's just crazy. So, where'd everybody go? We got 15 people, no comments. This is where I put on my top hat and cane, start doing a little dance. I don't think so. Um, Come on, folks. I want this to be a video. I want to be able to leave it as a video. A lot of people out there still sleeping. Come on, rise and shine. You watch me take a drink of water at least. Hello, hello to Smerrington Weeps. How the hell are you? It's weird. I'm looking at myself on the screen. I'm seeing my room, and there's a lot of things need to be changed up a little bit. I need to get some new posters and things up. Viva Las Vegas by Elvis Presley. I'm trying to find out what you mean. I mean, what about it? Good song, decent movie. Sorry, I'm like, this is weird. I drank the water. And I'm like belching water. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know. We don't know. Trying to be realist about it, but sometimes try to be a little optimistic too about what's going on right now out there in the world. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, Martin. We talked about as of yesterday, Elvis has been dead longer than he was alive, and I was trying to wonder what's the date with John Lennon. Because John Lennon's coming up to that too. I'm trying to think. I don't know why I can't do simple math. I'm trying to if he lived, if John Lennon was born October 9th, 1940, uh, December 8th, I guess. So what's the date? Geez, I can't figure it out. He's born. Lennon was born October 9th, 1940. Died December 8th, 1980. Was murdered. A lot of people like that. They like, why do people say John died? John didn't die. He was murdered. I'm like, all right, we all know he was murdered, but it's easier just to say John died. John passed. You know, if somebody got like run over by a drunk driver, does somebody say that, that person died, or somebody say that person was mowed down by a drunk driver on this date? The person didn't die; he was mowed down by a drunk driver. You know what I'm trying to say? Alan C. Records is running out of wall space with all his Beatles lithographs on the walls. I mean, I don't have much wall space in here, but like I say, a lot of what I have here is off camera. All this stuff right here in front of me that nobody sees, behind this camera. You can't see that. Um, Someday I hope to get a bigger place too, that, and I'll be able to have more space for a lot of this stuff. Viva, viva Las Vegas. Maxwell Silver Hammer, the song by the Beatles. Okay, have no room for your wings promo, eh? I got a nice Walls and Bridges promo. You can't see the Walls and Bridges promo, it's right over there, out of camera range. So, what else we got going here on here? It's early in the morning. Not many people are up, and I'm trying to entertain you all. I won't sing. That'll all kill you. So I don't want to do that. Might consider Walls and Bridges to be my second favorite John solo album behind Plastic Ono Band. Well, it's in my top three. I mean, to me, John's best albums are Plastic Ono Band, Imagine, and Walls and Bridges. What order they go in depends on my mood, but Yeah, those are the top three for me, easy. It's a pity that John, didn't live to have that many albums. It really is. Do 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 do. So, take another sip of water. Watch me drink. Watch me drink. I'm engaging Jonathan Schumann here. Twist and Shout, the song by the Beatles. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. You know that song? Viva Las Vegas by Elvis Presley. I mean, Maxwell Silverhammer, the song by the Beatles. Do you have the whole 100 odd hours of Let It Be sessions audio or download? Well, I don't know. Isn't that terrible that I don't know? I don't know. Somebody sent me an Agri Reels. I don't. I have stuff, but I don't like listening to it. I really don't. Um, John Lennon called it. I'm paraphrasing. The biggest load of badly recorded shit with a lousy feeling to it ever. And I agree with him. I really don't want to hear a lot of it. When that Let It Be deluxe set comes out, I hope they pick the cream of the crop because there's a lot of shit in there. I'll be honest with you. I'm not wild about it, and I very rarely go, you know, to that. I mean, complete takes of songs. Some things, all right. There's some versions of "Don't Let Me Down" I really like. So, um, well, those are my top three Ringo albums, also possibly. Top three Ringo albums, he says, are Ringo 73, Ringo the 73 self-titled album. Time Takes Time and What's My Name. Those are my three favorites, I think. How did I come across bootleg albums? Well, the first ones, I mean, I saw were at a flea market. I used to go to a flea market, and in the flea market, they would stock them. This is around 1976, 1977. And they're really cool back then. And stuff like Five Nights at the Judo Arena, the Budokan album concert, and stuff like that. And there was some. There was Let It Be. One of them was called Come Back instead of Get Back, Come Back, and that was one of the first ones I picked up. And after that, I used to find them in catalogs. You'd be able to order them in a catalog, record catalog. And finally, record stores. I used to go into Manhattan and Greenwich Village with my late friend Mike, rest his soul. My friend Mike will be dead 10 years in June. I can't believe it. I still say every time I mention my friend Mike, he was an Elvis fanatic. He would have been making some amazing, awesome uh, Elvis Presley videos for you. I'm telling you. And we would be getting together and making comedy videos together as a team. I'm telling you, it would have been out of this world. But anyway, we used to go, the two of us, into the village in the early 80s, 1980 to 87, around there. The 80s were the primo time that we used to go to Greenwich Village in New York and go to underground stores and buy bootlegs and stuff. Um, yeah, the Mark Lewison tune-in book is very good. It's a great book. Where Volume One is supposed to be two more to come. We don't know when he's going to do it. It's funny. Mark Lewison recently made a post on Facebook or somewhere saying, kind of like getting a little agitated. I thought that people were kind of demanding or wanting this next volume two, and he doesn't know when it's going to come. And he actually said, "It won't be here in 2020. It won't be here in 2021. It will not be here in 2022." He said the earliest that it may come is 2023. Lewison says, and then he said, and even I don't even think it'll make that. So we're looking at 2024 or better for this chapter two. I just hope everybody lives long enough, including Mark Lewison. So I really hope we get volume two. Don't have many Ringo albums. Joe said Morgan says just got the new one. Ringo, what's my name? And Time Takes Time. Any others you think I should get? Well, the self-titled Ringo album. That's Ringo's best album. Self-titled Ringo album. Ringo Goodnight Vienna. But what's my name and Time Takes Time are two of his, in my opinion, best albums. Time Takes Time is just a great album. And what you really want to do is you want to get a CD called Photograph, the very best of Ringo. I mean, that's a good way to start you off, I think. I think at least get the CD Photograph, the very best of Ringo. And if you like what you hear on that, that's got a whole good sampling of his stuff. If you like what you hear on there, then you check out the individual albums. That's what I would do. Um, there's also another album called Ringo Starr. I don't have it here in front of me. I wish I could show it to you. Ringo Starr's Greatest Hits, which is really the absolute. It's a double CD set. They say it's from Russia, but it might be a bootleg. I think it's a Russian bootleg. It's called Ringo Starr Greatest Hits from Russia, two CDs. That is really the ultimate. Every fan should have that. I don't care, whether you love Ringo or not. You have to have that. And I could always go over and get it by the CD rack, but nope, I guess not. So do do do. All right, what else we got going on? Maybe show it another time. I don't know if it's over there. If it is, I'd like to grab it. I'm just taking a little look there. I'd like to grab it now, but I can't see if it's. Well, I see it. Hold on, I'll get it now. Just let me reverse the camera. What'd that look like? Here's the Ringo. This is the cover of the CD. Ringo Starr, Greatest Hits, Ringo on the Beach, in a star. And it's a double CD, two CD set. It's got like a great sampling. This goes from 1970 all the way up to 2015. Postcards from Paradise. So this, if you get this, if you can find this, it is really, really great. It's a nice looking package. Some people say it's no longer available, but these days you can find anything really online. I would try to get it. This is really an excellent, excellent compilation. I said it went from 1970. Yeah, it does. 1970 on. So I'm going to go back and see what I've missed, if anything. Uh, Not supposed to touch your face, but I have an itchy eye every once in a while. I'm going to touch my face. Tough shit. you know. Yep. So is Mrs. Mayo working? Actually, she first. It's a funny thing. At first, she was working. Then they told her she'd have to work from home. So she started working from home. And then they told her she's laid off for a month. So as it stands right now, she's laid off for a month temporarily. We'll see. But I'm working, and we're all right. We're doing fine. So yeah, I hope things get better all around for everybody because Everybody has to get back to the reality and the real world. Supposedly there's going to be checks, right? There's supposed to be checks mailed out, $1,200 or something to every individual, something like that. Hopefully that works out. Trying to like get some more stuff in my picture here on the sides. So, yeah, a lot of restaurant workers being laid off. Yeah, yeah. Well, one thing about positivity, anyway, a positive thing out of this is if and when this is over, if and when this ends, um, I think people will be better for it. People are going to appreciate what it's like to stay with family. Parents bonding with the kids, and the kids bonding with the parents, and people are going to appreciate little things they took for granted, like going out to restaurants and things like that. So that's an upswing of this, if anything. Do I like progressive rock? I still don't understand progressive rock, what it means. People always say Genesis, yes. I don't really know what the criteria is for progressive rock, but I don't think I'm really wild about it all. So maybe some songs here or there. I know I don't like Yes. I'm okay. I like some Genesis, what I've heard, but progressive rock, what it is, don't know. So, I think I'm going to say goodbye for now, folks. This was just a short little chat I wanted to do. Thanks everybody for being here. Um, I'll talk to you all very soon. You never know. I'll probably be going on live a lot during all this craziness. Just get your alerts. All right, everybody. So thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna shut down now. Whoop.